What's up, everybody? Jedd here. Of course, you know they call me Napalm. I'm on my way to go pick up my daughter from soccer practice, and I've been meaning to make this video all day and never got the chance. So what I want to talk about right now is King Kong of Grip. Just this morning, or actually last night, the results came out. I saw them this morning, so it's fresh in my mind. And I know that we'll cover an episode of This Week in Grip where we talk about King Kong, but I want to go ahead and do one right now. So first off, big thanks to Eric Rusane and Andrew Pankey, as well as their family members who are also involved in the organization and just compiling all of the information from all of the different locations. There were 25 locations, I believe, and 244 competitors altogether. So you can imagine the amount of information they had to go through in order to put that whole entire rankings list together. So big props to them also for creating what is probably, well, it's definitely the biggest grip contest that takes place all year, and is probably one of the grip contests that's looked forward to the most for so many different competitors. It really has become like a franchise, so it's really, really cool. I came in fourth out of 244 people, and I'm going to go ahead and say right now that I'm very disappointed in myself because I allowed my training to really get derailed for this contest due to mental, just the mental side of the training. And what I mean by that is when things were not going well for me for the training, I allowed it to get to me. I was not able to bust out of the rut that I was in. Because of that, my training on the Flask and the Little Bighorn suffered greatly. Flask is a strong point for me, and I did take first in the Flask this year, but I definitely feel strongly that I should have broken the world record on the Flask again this year, and that's entirely on me because of ineffective training. I look back at it and I was doing far too many singles, and I got away from the stuff that worked well for me in the past, and that's my fault. So I need to regroup from that and get better. The crusher training has been great. The thick bar work has been a point of emphasis for me for just about, really, it's been a point of emphasis for like a long time, but especially during this calendar year. Really, I guess since November of last year, it's been a big thing when I wasn't selected for the arm lifting competition in the first round. I took that pretty hard. So nothing wrong there. The hub went great. As soon as I learned the doorknob style, I was up over 70 pounds, and I actually lifted 80. I'm disappointed in the fact that I only did about 72 and a half pounds during the contest, but it just, sometimes during the contest, you just can't hit your training numbers. So it doesn't matter what you hit in training, it matters what you hit at the contest. And Little Bighorn, the last event, was just an absolute nightmare for me. Caused me a lot of stress, a great deal of frustration. Nothing that I tried seemed to work technique-wise, and I'm generally really dependent on technique. So I think what I need to just the way I need to look at it for me is a miraculous technique change is not going to add a whole bunch of weight onto the handle. I'm gonna have to figure out how to train the implement more effectively. It feels bad. It's not like it's something that just does not ever feel good. Certainly not as good as, say, the Legends anvil or picking up an actual anvil. So I think it's probably become like a mental thing for me. It really has. That I just don't like the device, so I don't want to train it, and I dread it. And that's what I used to be. That's how I used to approach thick bar. I didn't like it. I wasn't good at it, so I dreaded it. Didn't train it very hard, and that's what got me. That's what kept me behind on thick bar for a lot of years. Also, wrist training used to be that way for me, and lo and behold, if you look at the Little Bighorn, it's basically a combination of thick bar lifts and wrist lift. So my two of my past weak points coming back to bite me. So, you know, it's like anything else. You get out of it what you put in, and the effort that I put in for this competition was not lacking, but I got off my game, and the quality of the effort that I put in is where the problem was. So I'm going to take this week off from grip. It'll be the first week off totally of grip, and I don't know how long, probably since after last King Kong, but certainly because of all the pressure that I've put on myself and the stress and the, you know, the frustration from Little Bighorn and my suffering flask training has left me a little bit burnt out. So I just want to take a week off and not worry about it, and then come back and begin the next cycle of training, which will be in preparation for training towards some feats that I want to attain, and also be making the trip up to Connecticut for Gripmas in December, and also to start working the 2-inch Iron Mine axle back in, because, well, I've already started working it back in, but that's going to become more of a fixture in my training as well. Got to bring that up to some higher standards. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Just a little reflection on this past weekend's competition. If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to leave them below. If you liked the video, then please give me one of these. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so. Feel free to share it, and get the notifications. Hit that bell, brother. Everybody likes to click on a bell. All the best in your training, everybody. Take care.